Hey guys, how's it going? Today I'm planting more bulbs than I ever have before in a single season. Check out this trailer. There are over 2,300 bulbs in there. I'm so excited. So a huge thank you and shout out to bulb.com for partnering with us on this video. You guys should check out their website. They're there for education and inspiration. They actually don't sell anything. They just want to inspire you guys to plant bulbs, which is my whole goal with all of our videos. I mean, you guys have often heard me say at the end, I hope that this project inspires you, and that's what I truly hope our videos do for you guys. So I'm going to be planting all of these bulbs today, and I wanted to show you some of the tools I'm going to be using because that makes a huge difference. I have to admit that bulb planting is not my favorite gardening chore, but it is 100% worth it, especially after a long winter, to see all of the early color come up. And this is how you get the most amount of color the earliest in your season. So I've got my kneeling pad here. I've got a shovel that's just like a half-size shovel. And then this is the most important thing right here that saves so much time. If you're planting 25 or 2,000 bulbs, I would recommend you getting an auger that you can put on the end of your drill. They're not expensive. I think this is a 1 or 1.5 inch size, and this is a 2-inch diameter for the larger size bulbs. What this allows you to do is quickly make your 6-inch deep hole, pop a bulb down in, cover it up with soil, and you're good to go, instead of having to painstakingly dig every single hole. I've also got some bulb fertilizer in here, so let's move to the first spot in the garden and get to planting. So this is the first area right here, and I'm going to be planting some trout lilies, which I've never planted before, so I'm really excited. They like dappled light and a woodland type situation, and we're actually right underneath our big pine trees, so I think they'll like it. And they like to be planted about 4 inches deep, and that's the thing. If you guys are unsure about how deep and to plant your bulbs and how far to space them, always check the tag, because that information's right there on all of the bulb tags that I have ever seen. On tulips and things like that, you can get away with fudging the space requirements. You can plant them a little close together, especially if they don't naturalize in your area, which they don't in mine, which that means they don't spread themselves around very well and stool out and create more bulbs and more flowers. Some varieties will, but daffodils do naturalize really well here though, so I make sure to get my spacing pretty right on. So let me get in here. I kind of want to show you guys how I use this auger. So since the hole needs to be about 4 inches deep, I need to keep that in mind because this is a 9-inch bit here. When you're using an auger, you want to make sure not to put any pressure, don't push down, because the auger will naturally want to grab the soil and go down on its own. So you almost want to be kind of pulling back on the drill as you're doing it. Oh, see? Like that. So it gets itself kind of stuck in there. So I have to back it out and then try again. Kind of like that. And I've got a perfect size hole there. I'm just going to use a little pinch of bulb food at the bottom of the hole, put my bulb in, plant it just like that. So I think what we're going to do is set up a camera, and Erin's going to come and help me because we have an enormous amount of work to do today. And then I'll show you all the different locations and all the different bulbs we're putting in today. This is the next spot right here, right by where we built the pellet walkway this summer, and I'm going to be planting some Avalon daffodils, which are really pretty soft yellow and white. I'm going to fill them in right in this area here, right beneath a hydrangea tree, and I think I'm going to like that grassy texture that daffodils have right in this spot. So I've got 25 of these, and they are huge bulbs, so I'm going to have to switch my auger over to the 2-inch size, and they like to be planted about 6 inches deep, 4 inches apart. So this is the next area right here. It's actually on the other side of the pellet walkway, and we are going to be planting 600 tulip bulbs in this spot. It's going to be gorgeous. So I already have a handful of purple Prince tulips. They're kind of right in that area right there, and I enjoyed that color so much that I decided to amp it up big time. So I'm going with a blend. This is a pink, purple, and maroon blend called Pinatage, I think. There's 600 of them here. They need to be planted about 4 inches apart, 5 inches deep. You can see right there. I wanted to show you a tag. And that's what most tags, well, all the tags I've ever seen have planting instructions. What we're going to do though is a little bit different. I'm going to lay all the tulip bulbs out first so I can kind of decide how I like them to look. I want it to look like a really pretty kind of lazy drift. starting at the base of this elm tree and just kind of swooping around at the front of the fountain, maybe a little bit behind, and then just going as far as we can make it down the pathway there. And then Aaron is going to come along, and he is going to use the drill till. This is just something that makes nice holes, but you don't have to bend over. So he is going to make the holes. I'm going to lift the bulb, he'll make the hole, I'll drop the bulb back in, and hopefully that means a lot less up and down for either one of us, and hopefully we can get through this pretty quick. Oh my goodness, this is going to look incredible. I honestly thought that 600 tulips would get swallowed up in this area, but it absolutely packed it out from edge to edge. I cannot wait to see what it's going to look like in spring. So now we plant. All right, so now we're in an area closer to the house. I've got a row lavender here, a row of incredible hydrangeas there. So I want to do another mass planting of tulips here in all shades of white with a little bit of green. So I've got 2 bags here. This is 500 tulips. This is called Vidal, I don't know. It's a blend of, I think, 3 different varieties of tulips, or 3 or 5 varieties, but they're all a little bit different. So they have a little bit different texture. Like one is a little bit more ruffly, one has a little stripe of green. So I'm really looking forward to this, especially because I'm trying to keep these beds. This one we're going to be redesigning, but I want to keep these a little bit more simple and a little bit more clean in the white and greens and maybe a little bit of purple tone. So here we go. So we got as much planted yesterday as we could. So it is a new day. We're starting up here in the front corner of the garden, and I've got 100 clear water tulips, which are white. And I think what I'm going to do up here is just dig small holes, like maybe this big, about 5-6 inches deep, and just cluster them all in the hole and backfill the soil instead of using the auger and doing individual holes. The reason why I was using the auger for all of the ones we did yesterday was because I was planting around a lot of established plantings and a lot of water lines. So it didn't make sense to use a shovel in that case. So anyway, here we go. Is pretty much done. I'm so excited. I'm excited that the work is done, and I'm also excited that I get to just sit and wait and be excited about what they're going to look like in the spring. Bulb planting is extremely hard work. I have to be honest, I'm completely exhausted, but it is worth it. It's so worth it after the long winter to see those pretty things coming up, and then you feel extremely rewarded for all the work that you did. So out of the 2,300 bulbs, which I actually think I have more than that by a little bit, I have 2,200 of them planted, done. The rest of them, I'm actually waiting on 50 more alliums to show up, because once I decided where I wanted those Globe Masters to go, which is in the back formal garden inside the boxwood formation, I needed more than 50. So got 50 more coming. So there'll be 100 of those great big purple spheres back there. I think it's gonna look so fun. And then also I've got some random ones here in my cart. In fact, I'll show them to you. I've got some white crocus here, and I think I've got 50 of those. There are the this is Thalia, Narcissus, Daffodil. And then look at these. These are a white tulip with a variegated foliage. And I picked up 3 packages of those from the garden center. And then I picked up 5 of these alliums. So I still have those yet to plant, but I think most of these are going to go in containers other than the alliums. I'm going to find a spot for those. I just wasn't sure where I was gonna put them. Aaron helped me out quite a bit with this project. He actually planted quite a few of the bulbs. We'd start on either end and kind of work toward each other. We did not use the shovel as much as we thought we were going to, because the fastest way to plant bulbs is just to dig a great big trench, line up your bulbs, and then put the dirt back over them. But in every single spot we were working in, other than where the big alliums went, I was working around established plantings or water lines. They're just everywhere. And so it really wasn't faster to do the shovel method. It was more of a pain. So using the bulb auger and just like making individual holes was faster in our case anyway. And then also it was a lot cleaner. It didn't mess up my mulch quite as bad. So it may have taken us a little bit longer, but it was worth it. And I also positioned all of the bulbs other than the trout lilies, which like part sun, in areas that get at least 6 to 8 hours of sun, because that's really important for these bulbs, because they need the sun. They soak it in through their foliage and then turn it into energy, which then feeds the bulb, and then the bulb then has energy to bloom the next year. And so that's very important, especially in areas where these bulbs are perennial. They are in my area. They will come back year after year. Some are stronger than others. Daffodils are like the strongest of strong bulbs. Tulips, most varieties come back really well, but they don't naturalize super great here. But every area is a little bit different. I know some of you have to even treat bulbs as an annual in your area. So it's all completely worth planting though, because it's just such a glorious show in the spring. I'm just so excited. Oh, and one last thing was I was going to address squirrels. So we do have squirrels in our area. In fact, all of these behind me are oak trees and they're completely full of acorns. So far, the squirrels have not bothered my bulbs, and I don't know if it's because they're very well fed with these trees, but I am going to be scattering a little bit of repellent in the areas where I planted these new ones, because if they discover that, like say the tulip bulbs in the area where I have 600 planted, if they discover that they're in that area and then decimate my tulips, I would be so sad. So that's something you can do. I've heard a lot of people put like chicken wire down on the ground in the areas where they plant bulbs, and that prevents anything from digging in their beds. But you know, I don't really know of any other way. If you guys know, leave a comment down in the comment section. But repellents, chicken wire, I just don't deal with that problem so far. I mean, knock on wood. Hopefully the squirrels don't find them this year. Anyway, guys, that's pretty much it for this video. I hope you enjoyed seeing all the bulbs go in, and I hope we have some glorious blooms to show you come next spring. And again, a huge thank you to bulb.com for partnering with us on this video. You guys should check out their website. We will link it down below, and we will see you in the next video. Bye.